Oh shit, my microphone was off. I didn't even realize. Alright, this is on. Alright, I don't know how much time I have before my laptop decides to like start shitting itself because it's not great at recording, but I'm gonna try and do this quick. So thank you very much for watching this video, Day, or whoever else I end up showing this video to. This is a prototype for my edit guide that originally was going to be for Day, but the scope has gotten a lot bigger, so I'm gonna make it into an actual video. So if there's anything I don't cover over here, or there's nothing you want to like, you're like too worried to like message me about it, you could always just like watch that video whenever that comes out, and hopefully that'll address some of the concerns. I forgot what I was talking about, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this is an edit guide. This is like the first take. So if there's anything like I missed or like anything that needs clarification, just like let me know. I'll be happy to like go over that. So, I'm Cakes. I play player for Free Flow. We're estimated Div 4 from last Ludia season. I think that's Ludia 13. I think that's Ludia 13, yeah. Div 4, Ludia 13. I play support, and I flex around for my team, whether that be backlines or mid-range or frontline. Like, I just flex around. So, I have like a pretty decent grasp on like what like I'm supposed to be doing. So main points about edit that I'm going to go over. Let's start with the positives. We're gonna start with the fire rate, positioning and rolls, your paint, and your special output and mobility. Unfortunately, I was trying to get somebody to like do like like help me out with this like recording and shit, but nobody came through, and I've been sitting in this VC for hours, so it's whatever. But honestly, since this is mainly for Day at the moment, this is originally for Day. I'm going to start with something that Day should probably know because they played Dynamo. Edit is very good at burst paint. Edit is very good at burst paint. You have a really long wind up, but you also have an equally as long fire rate, not fire rate, paint cycle. Paint cycle? You just put down a lot of paint in one burst, and that is really good. And it has insanely good burst paint, and that can help you contest zones, contest objectives like Rainmaker, and just prevent people from like approaching you, because like for this entire duration, they can't walk. For that entire duration, they cannot move. Like, it's not possible. Like, you're just holding that area. So edit's really good at burst paint. Another thing edit's really good at is special output. I don't know if you saw, but I think I got cooler like really fast there. A good like a map that I normally like play a lot of edit on. Shit, what do I play edit on? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot. I played on Undertow. I know that Undertow Rainmaker. I've played it all with Freeflow on Undertow Rainmaker, and like obviously like your mileage may vary depending on like various conditions of like the match and shit. But edit is extremely good at getting special. This long burst paint charge is really good at like getting special. Now I suck at painting, is what we see, but like that took like 12 seconds to get me in a special, and that's like with no one around. Now imagine if like I popped this Rainmaker and I used that to get like my team is pushing for Bob, and I used that to like, and I got the bonus for popping the Rainmaker. It was credited to me. Imagine how fast I would get it instead. So edit is really good at getting cooler, and I usually average around like 5 to 6 coolers like a game if like I'm playing properly and not dying. 5 to 6 coolers is like pretty good, but I've had up to 7. I've had up to 7 on edit before. It's a little bit challenging, I will say, getting up to 7 on edit, but you can definitely do it. It's definitely doable. I just need to be better, honestly. Another thing to talk about is your fire rate. Now, another map I want to go over, this map. Edit, it has a really long fire rate. Edit's fire rate is really good. Like, this shit is genuinely insane. I don't know what to compare the fire rate to, but I think your full charge is one of the highest fire rates in the game, I'm not gonna lie. But this fire rate comes with the drawback of an insanely long charge time. It's in the Spotling class. It has the second highest charge time right before Hydra, yeah, right before Hydra. But this long fire rate can only be attained with this really fast fire rate and long charge can really be attained with like this extra long charge. Like you really cannot do anything until you get this charge done, and it's really unfortunate because well, balance-wise it's really good because this weapon would genuinely be a broken mess if like it wasn't balanced this way. Like it's really good. Um, I forgot to put in the, what's it? Oh wait, I did. Another thing about positioning and shit is that as an edit, you have full jump mobility. Like, you have, like, yeah, you have, like, I think you have full, like, jump mobility when, you're holding your charge. So, when charging up, like, instead of, I don't think as, if you were playing Nautilus, the, like, I want to say sister weapon to this weapon because of its, like, range and shit, um, you wouldn't be able to start charging and hop up these blocks. You'd be forced to hold your charge, like not charge at all, and like hop up these blocks first. And edit just has that mobility. Like this is a crucial part of playing edit because then you can get into areas that other splatling simply like would not be able to, or like hold your charge and get into like positions. Instead of having to go around this whole block, I can just jump up this block. I can like cut over here. I can just cut over here and instantly have like this area, or like just like jumping up here while I hold my charge and I'm able to pressure this area immediately because I already have a charge. Like I don't have to sit. I don't have to wait and sit like a Hydra and wait here for me to get a charge and then I can walk. I can already jump up these blocks and start walking and jump up this and start walking, which is a really good powerful trait of edit. Um, I already mentioned your special output, mentioned mobility, mentioned your paint. Role and positioning. This is a really big one. Edit is... okay, how do I put this? Edit shares, just like Pencil, a dual role. Just like how Pencil has the support backline role, I feel like Edit has, I guess, 3 roles technically. It plays support, it plays midline, and it plays backline all at once. So this weapon literally has so many fucking jobs to do, and that makes this weapon extremely hard to play in my opinion. You have to have the knowledge of a support player while being able to, when needed, flex to the position and fighting capabilities of a midline, but also being able to understand the game state and play back and get jumps for your team like a backline, and just like keep support and paint and know like when like to keep the pacing for your team and just be the person to stay alive because again you have like you have the pace setting special of Cooler, and that's really important. So knowing what positions you can take and knowing what positions are more favorable for you is really important. A position like this is really good, like I want to say, for edit. If like you're playing like solo queue or so and you have like you're trying to stage a push and the enemy team is all over there and your teammates are like still trying to like push up, like this position right here wouldn't be a bad position. However, if your team is already like in position, like your team is already down here, they're already looking to push over here, maybe setting up on top mid would be better. Like getting this top mid area so you can contest their ramp and put paint down for your team and put paint all the way over there and be able to make sure there's no flanks coming from here. You can pressure their snipe. Things like that. Like the positioning is really important, and for that you really need to be able to be quick with understanding the game state, because if you're caught in a position, which I find myself getting caught in sometimes, where, oh, I'm holding up here because we're trying to either push here or like we're already pushed up there, but somebody flanks or like the push is dead and I don't realize it yet, then now I'm in jeopardy because I'm the backline, I'm the support, I'm like an additional midline. Like I'm in jeopardy because, say I don't have my charge, now if there's a carbon roller, like they could just walk up here and swipe at me and I'm dead. Or like I don't realize that this part is painted and somebody just flanks me and I'm dead. Or a random special like Azuka. This has happened before, by the way. Azuka just comes at me and I just die because I get clipped over the thing because I didn't realize that, okay, they have their specials, they're getting ready to counter push, our push is dead, and I didn't retreat from this area. I didn't move either back here or decide to hold our main area, the place that they want to walk. and it's really important that you can like have these areas and like have these places in mind so that you're able to hold them and defend them really good. Because as an edit, you are extremely good at dealing with rushdown. Edit, if you can see it coming, is insane at dealing with rushdown. If I know that they're gonna be coming from that direction, and I set up right here, I can just boom, walk around this corner, and they're all dead. Like, if they don't see me coming, they're all dead. But if they know that you're there, they're probably gonna space you out or throw bombs and shit, and edit is not good into chip damage, which I'll get to later. So it probably makes more sense to either, if you have your teammates already in this main area, you can play on the flank side and either pressure whoever is on the top mid, hopefully it's not a charger, because then you're fucking dead, and cut off the enemy's retreat as their teammates push them out so that you can just kill them instantly. So just knowing like what positions to stand in are good and what positions are better for depending on the game state. Because this is a decent position, but because all the enemy team's gonna walk through here, it's probably better to either play on snipe. It probably isn't actually. Don't play on snipe. Snipe is really bad because you have like an insanely long charge time, and everybody's gonna be looking there. But it's probably better to just play behind here, or play towards this right side, or hell, even play up there, even though it's like super risky with the chance of getting hit by a Zuka, just so that like you can affect, like you can put down either support paint for your team so that they can push this area, or you can cut off a retreat because you can play like a midline and you can force people to, like, your teammate can force them into you and you can play like that midline to get that off angle on the enemy team. That can be really good. Going into the negatives of playing edit, just like negative things about edit, your matchup versus long range and mid range is abysmal. I mean not mid range, your sustain paint is also abysmal. Your charge time is shit. The weapon difficulty is through the roof, and partial charges absolutely suck. I'm gonna go to Rainmaker just to like show this a bit better. Oh, I'm such a genius. This is literally like the best map mode combination to like show this off too. So, I don't know how many people play Range Blaster on this map specifically, but I know people play Stamper on this map, and your edit into Stamper is shit. Like, genuinely, it's not great. I've played X rank, like, into Stamper, and it's generally, like, one of the worst things ever, because edit as a midline backline support has, for, like, that category of things, like, just take out the support category in general. Just, like, midline, backline, you have some of the shortest range, like, out of anybody in that class, and it's like really bad. Even Nautilus, the sister weapon that it gets compared to a lot, because they have the same range, outranges you, and it's like not great. So your matchup into midlines is not amazing, especially if you get caught out with like a partial charge and you don't even have your full fire rate, because not having your full fire rate means that you can't like laser people. You can't just put your cursor on them and the bullets will just instantly hit them. You need to lead your shots dramatically, or else you're not going to hit anything, which is really bad. And versus long range, genuinely forget it. Like, unless you're playing up against a pencil and the pencil player keeps missing their shots or something, like you get hit once and then like they miss the rest of their shots. If you play against a one-shot charger, the moment you try to step out and do something, you're dead, because you have this insanely long charge time, and they can just, like, the moment you try to look out and like get a pick on them, like, they just kill you. And what makes it worse about this insanely long charge time is that AoE just completely fucks you. Somebody's a range blaster like over this way, and I want to hold a charge to like pressure this side or like just pressure this side. Even if they don't know I'm here, they're gonna shoot a blaster shot like around this general direction, and boom, I've taken like 50 damage. And now I have to leave the area because either I'm not done charging, or I have a full charge, but now that they know I'm here, they're just gonna like continue looking at me. And suppose there's a pencil like watching this left side, then I get hit by a range blaster on the right side, and I start to move, boom, pencil. Pencil just kills me, I'm dead. So your AoE matchups are really bad for edit, and things that outrange edit are also really bad for edit. So you need to get your teammates to either help you 2v1 them or deal with them entirely so that you can like move up and take positions that you need to be taking as like a backline, support, midline, or whatever. And honestly, those roles really fluctuate between the match, and it's really hard to deal with it, I'd say. But as you keep playing the weapon, you get more comfortable, especially when you play with like a set of people for long enough. You get comfortable and you understand like what they want to do, how you should support them, how you should like backline for them, how you should like understand like what plays they're gonna go for, so that you can either choose to back up because you know that that's a throw play, or you can move in with them because you know like, okay, I know they got this, like I trust them, they're gonna like get this pick and we can just move up instantly. So like just things like that, you get better as you play the weapon and as you play with like your teammates. Um, what's the word? Personally, playing Edit on this map, this is a really long-range trigger map, in my opinion, I'd say. Edit is kind of hard on this map, I won't lie. If there's no backline on the enemy team, it's fair game. Like, Edit is pretty good. Like, if there's no backline on the enemy team, like, say if there's a Stamper at the longest range, but no Charger, no Splatling, like, no Jet Squelcher, like, no Axeball, you should be good. Like, you should be fine. Just space out the Stamper. Like, if you just keep putting paint in the Stamper's way, Stamper can't really harm you, because Stamper is a really mobile weapon. It wants to move, it wants to trip you up in its movement, and you can easily shut down Zipcaster as a Spotling if you can see it coming, so make sure to look at the top of the screen. But on long range maps, it can get really hard playing at it, especially if they have like a longer range, like a backline weapon than you. Um, what's it called? Your sustain paint is not great, in my opinion. Now, this is not a really good map to show it on, in my opinion, but your sustain paint is not great. Because you have such a long charge time, you are forced to play like behind cover, and you're forced to play in a way where you are incentivized to go for your full charge like at all times. And that can be really bad because it takes this long to get your full charge, and then you still have to like put down paint, and then you have to do that again. So even though you can put down high bursts of paint, you can't like sustain like the paint on the ground like a Zap could, or like I don't know, just like a supportive shooter like T-Tech or something. Like you can't like keep paint on the ground like how they would and keep it like in your color. You can only do it in bursts of like yeah, you can only do it in bursts. So that can be really good sometimes, but it can also really work against you, especially during rushdown or just like special pushes. So it's just like, oh, the Stamper is going to rush at me while they're throwing strikes or something. Oh no, I don't have my charge. What am I gonna do? Like, they're just gonna push me instantly and you're gonna die. But in that case, like, you really need to make sure that you're playing with partial charges, even though they're not really good. Partial charges are not good, but they can get the job done. If you can lead your shots, or you can like paint appropriately, then you can still like put down paint at times when you need it, and you're not going to be caught with like your pants down because like you're not waiting for like a full charge. A full charge would be great to have, but sometimes like you simply cannot go for it and you just need to go for a partial charge. I talked about the charge time, I talked about sustain paint, I talked about mid versus long range matchup. Um, I think I talked about weapon difficulty just from talking about how many roles you're probably gonna have to flex between during a match. It's like really hard. It can be really hard, but if you know like certain positionings, like say on this map here, I always try to play for the backline spots of either I don't really play on this top left, but playing on this catwalk, playing on grates is really good. I will find myself like always instantly like foregoing getting an early cooler, hopefully. Not hopefully, but sometimes I'll tell my team, hey, I'm not gonna get cooler, I'm just gonna rush this, and I'll just shoot over here, and people don't expect an edit, like, in the first 10 seconds of the game, going from pole, and just, like, rushing them instantly and killing them in plot, and now I have this whole area, their whole bunker to myself, and I can get cooler, I can pressure this whole left side that they're gonna be on, I can throw cooler to my team, they can swap places with me, I can get the tower, things like that. So, what's it called? Just like, there's times like this, like on this map, where you can get creative and you can like do cool shit like this, but there's also times where, that weapon difficulty and being creative doesn't really help you. And, or like, not that it doesn't help you, but it's not worth doing, I'd say. Let's see here. I feel like that oftentimes happens in zones. I know zones Hagglefish is a very common map, and I fucking hate Hagglefish, but it's okay. It's alright. Um, just playing zones as edit is a really like strong test of fundamentals, like to see like what you've learned or how like you play. Um, edit is really good, I'd say, playing defense. It's really good playing defense when the enemy has to come to you, or when you're already like in a spot where you can play aggro. Like, I don't really know any good edit spots here because I never really push up this far. But say if you wanted to push up this far, like being able to just like walk out and like just have people like dropping from like their spawn, just like dropping into you, like already having a position like this is really good for edit. What edit doesn't like though is edit doesn't like it when edit has to push back in. So say if we just got wiped out and now we're on retake. I put cooler down. I'm waiting for the rest of my team to like do shit. Like all they can really do is this. All I can really do is just put paint down and like slowly move up my position. And edit isn't really great at doing such a thing because either you swim into a position, you can do that pretty quickly with cooler. You can either swim into your position that you want to go to, which is risky, or you either have to hold a charge behind like a good piece of cover like those blocks over there or this wall, and then walk out into the open to either put pressure down, put paint down, or get a kill. And it can be really scary for edit to do such a thing because edit could just get hit by 50 by an AoE or get hit by 30 or by a bomb or something, and then like your entire game plan has gone to shambles because you get touched by anything else and you're dead already. So it can be really scary to like play edit on retake, and you probably are gonna have to play more backline-ish than midline-ish at all times on retake, just so that like you're giving your team that reassurance that okay, my edit is going to be by these blocks and they're going to be painting by here. I can kite back into my edit just so that like if somebody chases me, they can finish them off. I can be reassured that because my edit's behind me, they'll have paint down here, so I won't be stuck. Hopefully, they'll be able to either watch the objective or watch the flanks, so that nobody can like sneak up on us. Hopefully, so you're probably gonna play more backline on retake, but it's always good to like make sure that like you know when to like swap from backline to playing midline. And honestly, in my opinion, it just kind of feels like when playing midline, you're just like constantly like getting full charges and walking up and like just pressuring areas and killing people who keep like walking into you brazenly. Um, that's really how it feels to play like midline edit, I feel. And I feel like that's really, really good because you have such insane burst paint that you can put this down while walking up with your team, and your team doesn't even have to like put a drop of ink down for themselves, and they can just go get kills and shit. Edit is really good into aggressive comps when aggressive weapons are on its team, and I feel like edit gives them a backbone so that they can go rush in with your cooler, either get picks or die and come back straight to you because you're either holding a good midline position far enough back to where they can just jump in safely, or you're holding a backline position so that they can get ready and set up for retake. And that's like really good on edit. Um, what's the word? Weapons that mesh well with edit, I'd say common aggressive weapons, shot, stamper, range blaster, dually, Umbrella, because we play Brella on free flow, so I'm really adept with playing into Brella. 52 works pretty well. Um, but yeah, just common like aggressive weapons work really good on edit, I say, because it enables them, like I said, to go in, and you have coolers, so they can just feed or do whatever they need to do, and they can come back straight to you because you have like that paint down, but you have that burst paint down for them so that they can move instantly. You have a good jump spot or a good position to where like nobody can contest you coming around like these corners or walking in from the front, and they can just come in and already have like that paint down so they keep like frontlining and shit. So edit's really good at that. Positioning is really important. I've mentioned that. look out for the enemy team special. It's really imperative to look out for the enemy team special because, what's it called? A lot of things will just do damage to you on edit, and it's not fun. It's genuinely not fun. I don't know if I have any like VODs that like showcase what I'm talking about, but it's really scary playing edit sometimes because a random special, like say Zuka for instance, will hit you for like 60 something damage or like 30 something damage or whatever, how much Zuka does, and now you're like stuck either recharging like your health or you're stuck like moving at 60 HP and you can just die to anything. Because like you have to keep up with your charge and you have to keep your aggressive and you have to keep your position. So positioning is really important, and looking for like specials that can affect the game state or can affect you in general is also highly important. So make sure you're looking at the top of the screen. Enemy paint in vulnerable areas. Damn, I really wish I didn't leave the recon because like this is a really important thing, I'd say, like on edit. What's it called? Edit is pretty good as like an ambush weapon because edit's pretty good as an ambush weapon because of the fact that it already has to play behind walls. So some people don't realize that, okay, this is probably not an edit spot. Like they're not realizing that, okay, edit could probably be sitting here, and they just brazenly like try to like peek a corner or walk around a corner and they get instantly sprayed. So edit is really good at what's it called? Edit is really good at just like taking people down that try to like just approach you, and it's really good. But the issue with playing edit is that you have to be careful of enemy paint in vulnerable areas. Say for instance, I'm playing Hazelfish zones on like this left side. If I'm not looking out at this area, if this area is all painted, what's the other color for this map? Blue? If this area is all painted blue, and I'm trying to hold here because I know that they're going to be pushing in around this corner, and I want to snipe them instantly from around this corner. If this area is not painted in my color, me standing here, trying to get a charge off, is just going to kill me. This is just going to kill me, and it is not going to be good. And you have to make sure that you are not sitting in these areas for long enough without like realizing, hey, this is probably a vulnerable area that's really important to the enemy team and I could get flanked. Because edit is not like the best weapon to respond to flanks with. It's either one of two things with edit. It's either you already have your full charge and you can just like you're already shooting and somebody's flanking, you can just like look at them instantly, or you're charging up and you have a partial charge. And if you have a partial charge, well then you're just dead. You're probably just dead. Either that or you can like back off if like they fail to kill you in time. But that's already like forcing you to leave your position. So make sure you're looking out for these vulnerable areas that are painted in your color. So to do that, I'd say just like looking at the map. Looking at the map really helps because you don't even have to like be in the area. And if one of your teammates is in the area, you can just tell them, hey, I'm moving to this left side of the map. Could you paint the left side of the map? Or like, watch out for left side. Watch out left side. Put paint there or something like that. So there's always options like those to make sure that you don't get ambushed. And edit, like I said earlier, is a really good ambush weapon. You can sit behind these corners because you're forced to charge in safe spaces, and if you just see anybody, you could just like walk out. If somebody's under tent, just walk out and blast them. You could take this as block, and somebody's trying to play from ramp, just walk out and blast them. Like, they're not going to be able to do anything because they don't know that you're there. But edit is a really loud weapon, so you have to be extremely careful when playing edit or trying to go for ambushes, because certain skilled players will just hear this rev. They'll hear this rev and they'll just be like, oh, there's an edit somewhere nearby, and they'll be on guard. Or there's like an edit behind these blocks, don't push there. Or throw a bomb there or something, then you're forced to give away your position and back away slowly as you like use your charge, which isn't good for edit. So playing ambush can be really good, but it can also backfire on you because of how loud your weapon is and just like general awareness issues, or like not painting vulnerable areas of the map with your team. I already talked about game state. I already talked about how game state affects like your positioning when either you're playing midline or backline, so I don't have to go over that. Remember that you have an important special in the form of Cooler. Cooler is like the pace setter for your team and the game, so make sure you're getting a lot of those. Even if you have to play lame and just like paint for a while to get another Cooler, just do that. because you having cooler will enable you to force being able to play midline. It'll be really, it'll force you to be able to play midline, and you can just force your way into areas if you really need to, like with your team. So playing for your special in cooler is really, really good. I already talked about partial usage. Observe your ink tank, because, like I said earlier, you're not really good at responding to ambushes or like flanks, especially if you don't have your full charge. So either use a little bit of sub saver, or just make sure that like you give yourself enough downtime if you feel like you're gonna get rushed. Always trust your intuition. If you feel like you're gonna get rushed, or you're just like, I feel like somebody's gonna like peek out at me and I need to get out of here, make sure you're giving yourself enough time to get a curling bomb, because although curling bomb doesn't really help on offense, it greatly helps on defense, especially if like this whole area is painted, or like they shot some strikes behind me, so now like this whole backside is painted. You can just turn around, throw a curling bomb, run through that, and like immediately leave the situation because you have enough ink for a curling bomb. So even if curling bomb isn't the greatest for offense, it's really good for this weapon on defense. So make sure you're looking out to use that. And yeah, I think that's everything. Gear recommendations, I would say. I know some people use Object Shredder, but personally, I don't really use Object Shredder. I don't think Object Shredder is that great, especially in the meta we're in. I would recommend using Stealth Jump as your shoes, especially if you're going to be playing with more aggressive players, or you're going to be playing for more midline. Stealth Jump would definitely help out a whole lot. Run speed and special charge is pretty good too. And I honestly never considered running anything else. I've seen one person, I think, run comeback. Like, I've seen one person run comeback, but run speed mains or a special charge main. I've also seen people run special power for just because that helps with the cooler. So you could do that too. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that covers everything. If there's anything I didn't cover or you want clarification on, or something like you were listening and you had a concern that like you just want me to like see if I can help with that, let me know. I did not realize I've been talking for 32 minutes, so I'm very sorry that this video is apparently very, very long. But I hope this take one of this edit guide was helpful to you, Day, and anyone else I show this to. And hopefully this will be when I officially make like the proper guide, it'll be better and it will address all the concerns and questions that like is posed to me through this like take one vid. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Toodles!